Hi everybody, Mary Lou from Aloha Canine Training. I just wanted to do a semi-quick video on calming aids for your dog. All right, so there's lots of tools out there that exist and they were created to help your dog with a variety of issues. Okay, so whether there's issues with dog aggression, if they're insecure, maybe a little fearful, right, have a lot of anxiety, things like that. There's lots of tools out there that we can use to help calm your dog. So I just want to introduce you to a few of them and explain them a little bit. I've had a client in the past, and not just one, but one that sticks out in particular. I shouldn't say she was a client. She called me about training her dog and explained all the issues she was having, and there was many. And what was happening is her dog was very aggressive, and she wasn't willing. I asked her what she had tried in the past as far as tools to help with the dog. I suggested backpacks, training collars, muzzles, calming caps, Thundershirts, everything I'm going to show you today. And she lashed back at me and was like, I would never use any of those on my dog. And I said, why not? She said, because if I need those, then it's not worth training my dog. And I thought, wow, your poor dog. So I said, I'm sorry then, I can't work with you. I can't help you if you're not willing to take these extra steps for your dog. And that was the end of it. And honestly, I feel really bad for that dog. And I'm sure that that dog probably is going to hurt somebody or another animal. And it might end up costing the dog its life. Okay. That is why these tools exist, my friends. It's not to put a muzzle on your dog and tell the world that your dog is evil and mean and Hannibal Lecter. It is to keep your dog safe, okay? So I just want to address some of these tools that exist. Maybe you've seen them in pet stores and don't have an idea what they're for. But you guys, they exist for a reason, because at some point a dog needed them, okay? So first one I'm going to talk about is a muzzle. Okay, there's two kinds of muzzles out there. One is a basket muzzle and one is a slip-on muzzle. Okay, this is the slip-on muzzle. Let me just show you real quick. This is just a little nylon, right? It's just gonna slip over the dog's muzzle. Their nose goes through here, all right? And then the strap comes up and goes behind their ears and just clips on, okay? If I can show you, this is what it looks like, okay? These are great for a quick trip to the vet or a quick nail trim if your dog doesn't like its nails trimmed, but it's not going to be good for a long term. So you would never want to walk your dog on it. You would never want to do training with it on. You would never want your dog to wear it for a long period of time. Now, something better is a basket muzzle. Okay, so there's this tiny little basket muzzle we've got here. This is a Baskerville muzzle, okay? That's the brand. I didn't get no affiliation with the brand, but this one's a little bit better because your dog can put its mouth in here. It can open its mouth. It can pant. A dog needs to pant to cool down, okay? So we want to decrease anxiety in your dog, not increase it. So when it wears one of these, it can't pant, right? If it's hot, if it's stressed, it can't cool down, it can't calm itself down, and this is gonna cause a little more anxiety, all right? So for any dogs that have any aggression, maybe they're fear biters, things like that, we can utilize one of these, okay? And again, we're not telling the world that your dog is bad and that you're a shitty dog owner, okay? What we're doing is calming your dog down and calming you down, okay? Because all the anxiety and the energy and just the intensity that you feel, all that energy is going to go down the leash to your dog, okay? So we want to make sure that your dog can't screw up, it can't bite anyone, it can't get hurt. And if you know your dog can't do that, if it's wearing a muzzle, then you're going to be a lot calmer. Now, calming energy is going down the leash to your dog, not anxiety and that intensity and scared, any kind of negative emotion, okay? Now they make these collars in a bunch of different sizes. So we go from this little guy, right, all the way to this big guy, all right? That is a big muzzle. Let me pull them out here. All right. So I like these because they're rubber, they're soft. Again, dogs can wear them for a long period of time. Literally, if your dog needed to wear it 24/7, it could. And then this little strap is going to go up behind their ears here. And then there's one in the middle that goes up over the eyes, so right in between the eyes, and it's going to attach to that strap in the back, so they can't actually get it off their head. They're going to try in the beginning, okay? You can even put your collar through the little loop at the bottom, all right? So they can't pull it off this way. So great tool, you guys. The thing with the muzzle, here's what happens. When you put this on your dog, okay, basically they've got bark and they've got bite. That's their game, right? So they can still bark with this on, but they can't back it up. They've got no bite. They've got no game, okay? So if you're in a group class and you're going there, you know, the first class, especially if it's my class, we're going to put a muzzle on your dog if it's showing any signs of aggression, okay? Reactivity, anything. Because we want to calm everybody down. It's not just you and your dog, it's everyone in the room, okay? So when this goes on, you're going to be a little bit calmer. Everyone else in the room is going to be a little bit calmer, because people are going to realize that your dog can't do anything. Even if it, you know, got away from you, it can't hurt anyone, okay? So your dog over time realizes, I can't do anything. I can't hurt anyone. So it just stops doing the barking and all the silliness that accompanies that. And it just stops. It's just like, I've got nothing. I've got no game. I might as well drop it. Okay. That's what a muzzle is going to do. And eventually dogs that come into group classes can stop wearing the muzzle. They just stop offering it. Okay. I've worked with quite a few aggressive dogs in private lessons that we've put the muzzle on, right? Every time I come over, they literally act like they want to eat me. And then over time, right, third, fourth week, we can take the muzzle off. One, they know I bring the fun, okay? And they're just like, you know what? I can't back it up. I've tried to scare this person away. She keeps coming back. Nothing bad happens when she's here. In fact, a lot of good things happen when she's here. So I think I can just turn it off, all right? And they do. They calm down. And then I've usually been best buds with those dogs after, and they don't have to wear the muzzle. So muzzles is a great training tool, you guys, okay? Don't be afraid. Now, the other thing with the muzzle is a lot of people, even with a really easygoing, chill dog, I have a lab who is a therapy dog, was a therapy dog in her younger years, okay? She's super lovable, super chill. She's trained to wear a muzzle, okay? I've never had to use it on her, but it's smart, very smart, to take that extra step, get your dog trained on a muzzle, because you just never know when and if you might need it down the road. Okay, I've had a couple clients that have had their dogs at the vet. Something bad happened at the vet, and the vet slapped on one of these. It was even more stressful. It was horrible, right? So they've called me in tears. I've been like, don't worry, let's just get them used to the muzzle. You have that on before you go in next time. Everybody's going to be a lot calmer, and this issue won't happen, okay? So get your dog trained with a muzzle just because, okay? Maybe you never have to use it, but there it is. Okay, your dog's ready. If it needs it, you're not adding any extra stress or anxiety. It's just part of his bling. Okay, that was number one, muzzle. Number two, let's go to a bark collar. This is in no particular order, and this is just a fly video off the top of my head, you guys. I just did a online orientation with new people, and I thought, you know what? I'll have all my stuff out. I'm gonna do one of these little calming videos. So, bark collar. Okay, a lot of people ask me about bark collars. I own 5 of them. Actually, no, I own 7. I own 5 of these, and I own 2 other styles. So 2 other styles are just cheapy ones that I got given, and I just bought a cheap one just to try, and of course it was poop. But anyways, I don't believe they make this one anymore. This one's quite a few years old, but there's ones out there like it. This is a bark limiter, okay? This one is just a shock collar, meaning it gives an electrical current. Now, a shock collar is not painful to the dog, okay? I've put every tool on me, and I've used every single thing I use on dogs I've tried on myself. So I've put this on, and I felt the zap. I've used remote collars, right? I've done it all because I want to make sure I know what my dog feels, okay? I feel like that's fair. So this is like when you stick your finger, right? Or sorry, if you plug something into an outlet, an electrical outlet, and you get a little jolt, okay? You don't scream and cry out in pain, right? You're just like, ooh, whoa, okay? You get startled. You feel this little current go up your arm, but it doesn't actually hurt. It's startling. It's shocking, hence the name shock, okay? So what we want to do is, you know, find one that works for a dog and find the level that works for our dog as well. We wouldn't just throw this on. This one has 5 levels. I would never throw it on a dog on level 5 and just be like, let's hope that that works, okay? You're going to blow your dog's mind a little bit. Your dog will tell you. On this one in particular, there's 5 settings. You turn it on, it'll light up, goes to level 1. Oh, you can see on there. I don't think there's a battery in here, so I don't think it works. Yeah. So it goes to level 1, all right, and then you leave, and it counts. When you come back, you press and hold the button, and it'll count how many times it's gone off. My first dog that I used this on, my old shepherd, he barked, I think, 42 times the first time I had it on him. I was like, okay, clearly that's not gonna work. Went to level 2, 22 times. Okay, that's pretty good. Went to level 3, 2 times. Level 3 it was, and level 3 it stayed. Now this is waterproof. It has to be on its neck, like on its vocal box, right? Because it's that vibration of the vocal cords that are going to make this go off. Okay, so your dog corrects himself when he's barking. Now this does not deter nuisance barking, meaning that, or sorry, territorial barking. It deters nuisance barking. So if your dog is barking because there's an intruder, or right, somebody's, you know, knocking on your window out there, being a little sketchy or whatever, okay, your dog will bark, and this won't affect it. Okay, there's a sensor to that. And honestly, your dog's adrenaline will kick in. It probably wouldn't even care if it did. So so when you're gone, if you're like, oh, well, I want my dog to bark and scare away, you know, anyone that's lurking out there, this will still help. It'll still be effective for your dog. There's different ones out there. There's ones that have a tone. It's like a warning, then a vibration. So the same vibration that your cell phone would give, and then the shock. I just went straight for the shock. I was like, I'm not going to bother with, you know, all that other stuff. But the reason why this is a calming aid is because of the barking, because it stops the barking, right? So think of your dog's barking like yelling. So if you were yelling all day, every day, you would have a lot of anxiety. Okay, you would probably have a heart attack. All right, you're one of those people with the red face and it's always sweaty, and right? You would, you know, you'd be a lot more stressed. You have a lot of anxiety. Okay, so yelling for us is basically what barking is for a dog. It's like yelling. Okay, so imagine when you're gone and your dog is barking all day or for hours. It's causing anxiety. It's stressful. Okay, so this helps to calm that down, calm your dog, because we're not increasing that extra stress and anxiety. All right, bark collar, highly recommend it. Hundreds of them out there. Find the one that works for you. But honestly, you guys, don't go buy the $20 cheap version. Okay, the $40 version. This one I think is going to be about 149 Canadian. It's worth it, you guys. Okay, I would even spend 200 on it. All right, so you can get these at pet stores. You can get it at Cabela's. You can get them online. For dog trainers, again, no affiliation, but hit me up if you want to work with me. 4dogtrainers.com is a great website for bark collars and remote collars. All right, sorry, as well as Gun Dog Supply. Okay, those are 2 great websites for those. Okay, next one I'm going to talk about is a backpack. All right, a backpack. So backpacks are great for adding a little bit of extra endurance, okay, on your dog's walk. All right, so if you are walking your dog, you know, again, we've got 2 legs, they've got 4 legs, so they're doing half the work that we are. If you've got a young dog, they've got great cardio. You know, if you're older, maybe not in the best shape, a walk is probably good enough exercise for you. But for your dog, they're like, hey, I was just getting started. Why are we stopping? Okay, so to add a little bit of endurance, okay, what we can do is use a backpack. So I've got a little backpack here. These guys come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. This one I've had for years. It's got little reflective, right, things on it. So at night it's going to be shining and reflective. So it's a little bit of a safety feature. This one has a Velcro thing that you can put your dog's used poop bag in, and they can carry that poop bag for you. You don't have to. Like I said, this is an older version. It's even got the little portal for your, you know, your earphones, right? Which we're all Bluetooth now. This is pre-Bluetooth. But regardless, it's got a lot of great features in here, okay? So you put your iPod in there and you'd listen. But this one's really small. If your dog's way down there, I'm not sure how you might be walking like that to listen to the music, but you know, good concept. Anyways, what I do with these is I will grab bags of beans or rice, something dry, and go to the dollar store or wherever, okay, grab some bags of beans, and then you just wrap them up in duct tape and create these little packaged weights. The tape just makes sure that they don't tear open and you have, you know, a gazillion pieces of rice in there and all over everywhere. They can carry their water, they can carry whatever, okay? So Backpack is a great tool. Now, why is it a great calming aid besides helping that, you know, get them that extra physical endurance? It's going to be more purposeful for the dog in the sense that it gives them a job. Okay, every dog was born with a purpose. Okay, there's you know, tons of breeds out there. Every single one had a reason for existing. Okay, whether it was to be you know, guarding people, guarding sheep, to herd sheep, to guard kings and queens, to hunt out rodents in your barn, whatever it is. Okay, hunt fox, you name it. Every dog has a purpose. So this gives them a purpose. Humans get these dogs and then we've, over the centuries, turned them into couch potatoes. We stop using them for work. We end up humanizing them a little too much, okay? And we turn them into these little fat chub balls that just sit on our couch with us and don't do anything. And then over time, dogs end up with behavioral problems because they have this big brilliant brain inside their head and they're not using it. Okay, so when they're not using their brain, they have all these smarts. They're going to find other ways to clear that boredom and, you know, find other ways to use the brain. So they don't ever go out and get their own jobs, right? No, that would be wonderful. But they end up, you know, digging holes and barking at people, right? Maybe becoming reactive and things like that. So whatever it is, you know, whatever your issues are, just know that giving your dog more of a purpose in life, doing obedience training is going to be the number one defense of that. But even putting a backpack on him. Now, again, this also, because it gives them a job, it gives them something to think about. So a dog that has anxiety, who's fearful, who's maybe fear aggressive or is aggressive, okay, this is going to calm them on the walk as well because it just gives them something else to focus on. So instead of being focused on everything else out there that is really scary or that is, you know, causing more anxiety, things that they're afraid of, right? It's going to help get them focused on their stuff that they're carrying on their back. They don't care what it is that they're carrying, but it's just going to help calm them down a little bit, okay? Because now they're more focused on carrying things. So this is a great tool. And these backpacks come in all sizes, okay? Little wee ones, okay? Tiny, tiny little backpack here, okay? It's not the size of my hand. This one cracks me up because it's got the earphone thing too. I mean, this dog is going to be barely higher than your ankle, so you would have needed a really long cord on your earphones. It's too funny. That cracks me up. Okay. And then they also have these really big ones. Okay? Huge. Okay? For dogs with a long body. All right? So, great training tool. Okay, the big guys can carry water. They can carry, this has like a spot you can put your hoodie, right, a sweater on under here. They can carry all the stuff for you, all right, all their gear. So backpacks are a great tool, all right. Just gives your dog something else to focus on other than everything else help around them. The other thing, now I'd suggest if you're going to do a backpack, I would suggest that you get them used to it before you just slap it on, throw weight on it, and take them for a walk. Okay, get them used to it in the house. Let them wear it empty with nothing on it, giving them lots of treats, making it no big deal. When you see that they're just like, nah, I don't even care anymore, maybe they go lie down, have a nap, then you know you're okay. Then you can add the little bit of weight. You're going to gradually increase those weights. You're not going to just throw, 10, 15 pounds in there and give her, right? So maybe if you have a hardcore working dog, you could. A dog that's very confident, you could, but you gradually want to increase the weight, okay? Increase that endurance, just like you would wear your wrist and ankle weights. That's what this does. It gives them endurance. So at the gym, again, if you haven't worked out, you're not just going to go in and start, leg pressing 200 pounds. You're going to gradually increase the weight, being safe, okay? Not getting any injuries, that kind of thing. You're going to do the same for the weights in the backpack, okay? Okay, next thing is a calming cap. This is the coolest tool ever. I own one. You guys, all of this I own because I've used them on my own dogs, okay? I didn't run out and buy it just because I'm a dog trainer. I literally own it because I've used them all. So I know how they work. This was my dog's, okay? This was my shepherd. It's huge. He had a massive head. Like, this is an extra large. It is so big. What this does, this is going to slide through. Your dog's muzzle is going to slide through here, okay? And this just kind of fits sort of halfway up their nose. And then these sort of panels here cover their eyes. So your dog's eyes are actually going to be like here, right? And here, okay? And then their muzzle comes through the front. So you may have seen something like this on horses, right? Horses wear blinders and they wear these kind of calming caps. Because horses are very visually stimulated and very visually frightened. Dogs are very visually stimulated as well. So this helps to filter out some of that visual stimulation, okay? So if you put this up to your eye, okay? If I do this and put it up to my eye here, I'll just do it like that. Okay, I can still see. I can still see myself on the camera. I can see everything around me, but it's like a little fog over it, okay? So it's just less. Okay, and honestly, less is more for dogs, right? When it comes to that visual stimulation. So again, you've got a dog in group classes that's reactive, aggressive. We can slip one of these on, or maybe they're not even aggressive. It's just they're crazy hyper. They just want to go play with all these other dogs and they just can't settle. Okay, we can put one of these on, and it's just like, and they just calm down. So I used to board dogs in my house. When they would always get one-on-one time, right, in the backyard, and my shepherd would always get upset that I was playing with these guys, had a patio door at the back door. He'd hit the door, okay, instead of always coming and trying to give him crap or whatever, okay, making him wrong for wanting to play. I would just go and put this on, and he would just lay right down and calm down, and he would just lay like this with his head on his paws. You could still see, but he was calm, okay, instantly. It was like a switch. He just zoop, and he would lay down, okay. He didn't love it, but it calmed him down, and he learned it was a good thing, okay? And it was a good thing because, again, we're not increasing the anxiety, we're trying to calm it and decrease it, okay? So calming caps are a great tool, all right? This one I think is by Gentle Leader, and Thundershirt has a brand as well. So they've got gray ones. These are, again, great tools, okay? Great for the vet, even anywhere you're taking your dog. If your dog has anxiety in the car, it'd be great in the car. It'd be great for dogs that are very protective of their vehicle when you're driving and they go off and everything. Okay, this will just help chill them out, calm them down. Okay, calming cap, it's a great thing. This has a Velcro on under the chin and at the top, so you're actually going to strap it around their flat collar. So the collar that they wear with their dog tags on, you're going to strap it to that there and under here, and that's how it's going to stay on. They can't pull it off. Okay. So calming cap, great tool. So I just mentioned Thundershirt, another great tool. Again, extra large because this was my shepherd's, massive. He hated thunder, okay? Hated it with a passion. Thunder and fireworks were just his nemesis. So I got him a Thundershirt when I moved back to Canada because I lived in California for a while with him, and there wasn't a lot of thunderstorms, right? In Orange County, there's not a lot of thunderstorms. I think we had 2 the 9 years I was there. Moved back to Canada the first summer. Oh, like every week in the summer, there's a big thunderstorm. Okay, so my poor guy. So I ran out, got him a Thundershirt. Again, just calm, okay? So this is an anxiety wrap, okay? Basically, you know, when you take a baby and, you know, a new baby and you swaddle them so tight, right, in their little blanket, and it just helps keep them tight and snug and happy. That's the same thing as this, okay? This has Velcro. It's just gonna wrap around, you put it around their body, and it wraps under their belly, under both sides. You make it nice and tight, okay? And then it has another wrap that comes around their chest really tight, and it's just like this little sweater, and it just zens them right out, okay? It gives them acupressure, okay? So it just helps to calm them. The other thing on here is they've got a little patch that you can put like essential oils. You could do lavender is kind of calming, chamomile is calming. They make a spray called Box Pet Rescue Remedy, and it's a bunch of different flower essence, and you spray that on there. It's really calming. There's different pheromone oils and sprays that you can get. The pheromone is of a nursing mother dog, and that really helps to calm dogs as well because they recognize that smell as, right, their mother, and it's calming. So a bunch of things that you can do. I imagine, actually, I don't know, I haven't actually looked, but I would imagine Thundershirt actually probably sells some of those scents as well. I'm going to guess that they do because, right, they have the patch. Okay. So Thundershirt, great tool. This would also be great, again, when you take your dog to the vet. If your dog has anxiety in the car, on a walk, if they're a little fearful, okay? Put this on them, kind of calms them down. A walk, maybe not the best thing until your dog's pretty used to it, because they literally may just want to lay down and go to sleep, okay? It really calms them out that quick. They have to wear it supervised until your dog, your dog can handle it. I wouldn't throw this on a puppy and then leave, because this will be in a million pieces, all right? They can get at it, right? They can chew at it. It's covering their whole body, their chest, their stomach, their back, okay? So they could easily tear it up. So supervision, you guys, most of these things should be worn with supervision, okay? The bark collar is really the only one that they shouldn't, you shouldn't have to stick around for them to have on, okay? So calming cap is another, a Thundershirt is another great tool, all right? The last thing I'm gonna mention is a training vest, okay? So this is, like, it looks similar to a backpack. Again, this was my guy, so it's massive. He was a very big dog. Oh, and my old dog training business card in there. Serious Canine Training. Yo, what's up? Okay, give them a shout out. Caroline was my mentor. So, working dog, do not pet. All right, so that's a little patch that I've had sewn on here when I bought it. Again, this is from activedogs.com, no affiliation, but another great dog training website. So this is just gonna slip, their dog's head's gonna slip through here, right? A little strap that goes under their rib cage, under their belly. And the vest isn't going to calm them down like the calming cap would or a backpack would, okay? But what the vest does, it actually keeps people away from your dog, okay? So if you've got a dog who, maybe you have a golden retriever, right? Who everyone knows are super chill, easygoing dogs, but maybe your golden isn't. Maybe there's a little anxiety there. Maybe they, their nerves aren't really strong, okay? So every Tom, Dick, and Harry that wants to come up and pet your dog is going to throw your dog for a little bit of a tailspin, okay, and add extra anxiety. And that's not what we want. So if you throw a vest on your dog, okay, that says working dog, do not pet, this is not saying that your dog is a service dog. It's not to say that they can go into any store and go everywhere with you, go to work with you, go on planes and trains and whatever, right? That's not what this is about. Working dog just means your dog is being trained, back off, okay? So it's just a way to communicate to strangers to not come over and pet your dog, okay? If you've got a Rottweiler or a Doberman or something, people might not be so quick to be like, oh my God, he's so cute, can I pet him? Unless they know that breed, okay, and it's their favorite. So, but if you've got a sweet looking dog and people want to come up and pet it, but your dog isn't keen on that, okay, this will help just keep those people at bay. It also makes you not look like the bad guy and being like, no, you can't pet my dog, right? Because people get weird in defense when you say, no, you can't pet my dog. And when people are like, oh, what is he training for? There's another, another vest, patch you could get on there. It says in training. I even make some vests, and I actually do a heat transfer vinyl on there that says in training, do not pet, okay? And what that does, it just, again, shows people that your dog is in training. When they say, oh, what is your dog training for? I usually just say for life, manners, right? And they're like, oh, okay. But they're not running up to pet. They're also not letting their children run up and rush your dog to try and pet your dog, okay? That's a big one as well. A lot of kids will just run up to dogs, and dogs can react to that and snap at them, and they're right in that eye line, right in line of their face. So that's why a lot of kids are going to get bit. Sometimes parents don't take those precautions because they're like, oh, we have a big dog at home, it's fine, not thinking what your dog is like, okay? Maybe your dog is not fine with little kids, or maybe hasn't had a lot of experience around them. And some dogs have space, well, all dogs have space bubbles, okay? So they don't want everyone penetrating their little bubble, right? So having a little vest, okay, even if your dog isn't super reactive, it's just going to help make sure that you're keeping them safe, that nothing bad's going to happen to them, and everyone's going to ignore them, okay? So a little vest is a great tool. These are some other little vests that I had with my other guys that were therapy dogs. So now, just to show you, okay, it said, please ask to pet me. This was me being Canadian and trying to be nice instead of saying do not pet like that other one. Okay, I was just saying, like, you know, ask first. But basically this was an open invitation to everyone, so everybody would ask to pet my dogs. So I was like, oops, that backfired when I'd be out training them. Fortunately, they were both therapy dogs. They're both very chill, easygoing dogs, so it wasn't a big deal. Okay, they could take the affection, but not every dog can. Okay, so there you go, you guys. I hope some of that helps. There's, like I said, a lot of training tools out there. They exist for a reason. If your dog is having any kind of issues, number one, find a good trainer that's going to help you out. You guys, balance training is always going to be the best way in my books. A lot of times these things can't always, I'll say always, can't always be helped with just treats and positive motivation. Sometimes they need a little bit more. Sometimes we need to push them through their threshold a little bit, you know, to get them past things. But just find a really good trainer. Do your research. Don't just sign on with the first person that you meet, but, you know, ask questions, okay? Find out how much experience they have, you know, find out what their specialties are, okay? My specialty is aggressive dogs. So I work with a lot of dogs that have anxiety, who are aggressive, reactive, fearful, you name it. I can't even tell you how many of those I've trained and how much success I've had with it. So if you have a dog that has those kind of issues, you want to find a trainer that has some kind of experience in that, okay? Who isn't just doing puppy classes and trick dog classes, okay, for easygoing chill dogs, right? No offense to those trainers, but they might not be what you need to help your dog push through that threshold, okay? So you guys, these tools exist. You know, there's no shortage of online shopping sites now. You don't even have to leave your home to find them. As far as measuring a muzzle, go on some websites and they'll have how to measure your dog. You can just Google how to measure for a basket muzzle. They even have, you guys, I've seen hilarious muzzles that are painted like a zombie face. So if your dog's wearing this muzzle, it looks like a zombie. I mean, there's cute stuff out there. You can even get custom metal basket muzzles made as well. So tons of options. You know, find the thing that works for your dog. Maybe it's all of the above. Again, I own the backpack, the vest, the muzzle, the calming cap, the Thundershirt, and the bark collar, all for my German Shepherd, who was amazingly trained. But guess what? He had some quirks, okay? So these all helped him through it, helped him stay calm, and, you know, lowered everybody's anxiety, really. All right? So that's it for now, you guys. Hope you enjoy that little bit on calming aids for your dog. And if you have any questions, please feel free to check out my Facebook page, Aloha Canine Training, and feel free to ask them there. All right? Have a great day. Take care.